Welcome in to Coffee with Kelsey 2026, where we are going to intuit the human experience. I'm still kind of getting set up. I'm smudging and I can't really see it. This thing's just, I'm surprised I haven't set off the smoke detector. Out with the old, in with the new. It's still going. We're just gonna like, for a second. I'm still grounding in. 2026, numerologically, is a one year, fresh start, new beginning, blank slate, and we are just intuiting and clearing and smudging and clearing and clearing. Oh, just clear some more. Take some deep breaths in. Let's sync it to a 3. While you kind of wait for everyone to catch up and get online here with us. 1. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 2. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. 3. If you are here with me, in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Alright. I'm gonna smudge this down. Welcome in. I gotta clear out some of the air. And it's cold. It's so cold. And there's snow. That's great. Okay, fine. Like, what do you want to know that you don't already know, you know? And there's not really a whole lot, I think, that it can tell you in terms of what to expect. I have this picture in my head, vision maybe. It's kind of like recurring internal painting, monologue, dialogue. I don't know what's going on in there. But when it comes to co-creating or creating consciousness, co-creating creative consciousness, collective consciousness, I got this whole shtick, right, where I'm cultivating consciousness. Or the other one, where we are training innovative and creative behavior development. That one seems a little bit more palatable, like easy to chew. And in this, like, co-creative, we create our experience, what is Earth, the world. I don't know that it's worth looking for the sketchbook at this point. Let me see if I can convey this, like, telepathically to you, this picture. There's a bubble, right? You exist inside of this bubble, or there's a, let's say, a quark. And the quark, in essence, is your quirk, your consciousness, your identity, or maybe this like perceptive intuit lens from inside within, right? That beams out some sort of projected concept or understanding of concepts, translates the concepts or the fragments to where it like puts out a picture into the world. And when we have, say, new souls, young souls, babies, and they are like, what do I want to say? developing new concepts or constructs. It like constructs these like bubbles and bubbles upon bubbles upon bubbles, which in my imagination also translate to like cells, or like division of cells, where everything kind of like multiplies. And theoretically, without going in too deep in terms of diving in, when we start getting into these, how do I want to say, bridges between these pathways, where we're integrating different ideologies. So if I'm talking about sacred geometry, like the geometrics, I almost want to say like geomatrix too. Where thoughts become things. I have the deviant moon, I have the wild unknown, and I have the Egyptian tarot out. Maybe I'll dive into things. As always, if you're here and you're in this space and you have questions, put them in the comments. I'll do my best to keep up with the feed. There's a sweeping that needs to be done. This, like, I'm supposed to talk to you about the parasites too, but like parasites on a literal, metaphorical. And these fucking crickets, they aren't chirping until I'm talking. That's fine. So there's like many layers, where if last year was a 9 and it's out with the old, and this year's 1 and it's in with the new, and we're kind of like going on this like evolved circular. The house needs to be swept, the body needs to be swept. Goblet cells come into mind, but as above so below. So when you start to extract the say the parasites on a physical level, happens on a mental level, happens on a spiritual level, quantum level, literal level, metaphorical level. It just kind of depends on the angle or the perception that we want to take and how we want to look at that. The creative part of it is being able to see things from multiple perspectives, or holding multiple perspectives in mind, even if they're conflicting. Not so you get into this like cognitive dissonance, but it's more of like a radical acceptance. I feel like there's another term to it too. Not sure. I swear these things have been so quiet until I start talking. Chirp, chirp, chirp. It's fine. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, it's incredibly distracting me. That's fine. How do I want to do this today? My differing approach, I suppose, is the juggling of the platforms. Is that relevant? Not necessarily. There's like a show and tell aspect here too, where we're trying to get out of things, or like come out of the clutter. Like, let me show you what I'm making. Oh, I'm making a mess. Just making a mess. But somewhere in that mess, somewhere in that chaos, something unfolds. Something comes out of that. Okay, I want to go into the wild unknown. The deviant moon is one of my favorites, so maybe we'll come back to this as like a clarification. This is a strange way to start off a new year, but here we go. Time travel. Oh, look, the lovers is right on top. But time traveling has been coming to mind too. I had the thought this morning when I woke up, I'm a time traveler. That was going to be my first message out this morning. the Lovers. What do we have? Father of Swords. The Night Owl is here. The Night Owl with the sword. It's like, okay, so the thought, there's this program shift dynamic that happens like on a meditated level, where the sync or the unison or the energetic exchange can be this, whatever this is. It doesn't have to be so direct, because I have a feeling you get what I'm putting down. It's just a transmutation. There's like an energetic thing, right, where as a sponge, like I can feel it in this space a lot. And the thought came through, like through the meditations last night or whatever into the morning. I was a sponge and absorbing like the things, like it's painful, like this hurts. It's okay. We're transmuting. Transmutation. Transmission. Transmutation. Lost in translation. So then how do I find it? I got Father of Wands and Father of Swords. I gotta kind of piece some things together here for a second. Bear with me. You can reach out to me for like one-on-one. Some of the cups. That's funny. There's like this ugly duckling kind of theme going on too. But it also feels like just being very far ahead. This like snake thing is kind of weird to me. But then we're kind of tying some elements together. I'm working on the voice. Sorry. Let me see something here. This one's like a card a day, past, present, future. Maybe I will do like a shorter, like I've been thinking about something for the tickety talk and how to like condense things. Again, for like the chewy thing. But I really like this like gummy space to gnaw. Is that what's happening here? Choosing, you have to choose something. Do you feel like you have to make a choice? Fair, just, analytical, but what is the wands? Creativity, charisma. I don't like the little booklet. But it says this is only the beginning. It's all backwards. So when I say it doesn't matter, it hasn't materialized yet. So anything is possible in that like bubbly, multiplying, evolutionary thing. What are you, 4 Pentacles? Holding on. Okay. Is this like a, do you need to know how to hold on and maintain balance and control in the midst of chaos. Because the chaos is happening, but there's this ungrounded sense. Uprooting is also coming to mind. It's like there's a long street and a lot of shuffling and a lot of feet and a lot of noise. But that's also like the political unrest. That part of it feels really loud. Like if I'm putting myself out there, like in the broader field, or kind of the stratosphere, it's almost like being inside of a big stadium, not quite like a soccer stadium, but almost like where it has that like resonance, like group pulse, but like not everybody is quite in sync yet, but they're almost. Or like on those like old FIFA games where they have that like the chanting, ha 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 ha, that's in the back. There's four wands and 4 pentacles. It's like maintaining control in the chaos, right? And then like the eye of the storm. This one. There's that FIFA noise again. Now it sounds like a hallway. Again, there's just like a lot of noise and a lot of like feet shuffling. Like, I don't know, is this like a matter of where are you going? Well, that one's weird too, because you're thinking a lot. Oh, that was the other point of it too. Like, it's supposed to be a new year. And here, like, I just feel so far ahead of the curve. I'm trying to just like sit and wait and be patient instead of feeling like I'm behind. And I think in that, how do I put it? Oh, the new year, right? Like, it doesn't feel like New Year till it's the Chinese New Year, till like February. Ding dongs around. So every year, like this, like Western to Eastern New Year lag of like 1 to 2 months feels like sweeping. But then there's that long hallway again. Oh, weird. There's stairs too. Let's climbing, trying to get to somewhere. The building is there too. What is, okay, oh, weird. It's very much, like, there's not a lot of information other than just, like, being outside big hallways or, like, big streetways. There are some stairs, like, big city, or, like, even, like, the institution comes to mind. And then, like, lots of people gathering. Let me shuffle this one. And then kind of explore. Is there, I don't know, like, is there something happening, or like something going to happen? Um, just like going down this long hallway or like long streetway, crowds, a lot like that ambient FIFA noise, and then stairs. I don't know, because you have to walk from point A to point B. But you don't want to get lost, or like you don't want to lose something. Well, there's like a just making sure all your zippers are zipped up. Oh, this sounds weird too. Okay, so there's a couple of like different stories kind of going on here, and like we're at this like crossroads pathway. Like personally, in the noise, or maybe why it's like it just this. It feels like this, where there's like a suffocation or constraint or like the mess. And then like, how do you cross-reference or get out of the container? So like one is swords, there's like the battle, but then one is wands, right? So there's like a on the one hand there could be like a battle, a split, a divide, or like a means of keeping a boundary or something sacred, or like something's guarded. But then there's also like on the other hand, the unification and the planting of seeds, or like the harvesting of things. It could be like the tubular thing. Interesting in some things that we harvest the roots. Like the sacred trinity, like the sacred root trinity, or like when it's Ayurvedic food, when you're talking like garlic, onion, ginger. They're tubulars, they grow underground, or like the roots, the root foods. Like why is there all the emphasis on like the fruit off the trees when you can harvest the root? But the tubulars keep going, so it's like the unseen things. New beginnings also feel like deaths, but or the angst inside, or this one, being ahead but being behind, or feeling ahead but like like holding to truths. I don't want to call it truths, or like holding to realities, and then trying to like I had the thought this morning, thinking about my kiddo, or like just parenthood, or like parenting. Because when the child gets to the stage of development where they become more like self-aware, or they start to like separate from the parent, but to create their own identity. How do I put this? From my experience, I see the world in a way, and I verbalize it, and I communicate it in interactions. And there's like an agenda, a route, a routine, there's a pathway, or like a path I'm trying to carve. And so there's like specific things that need to be done to carve this path. But it's a new path, and so like the words, the tools, the things, it's different. Or it's not on the normal path. Like it deviates from the norm. And then being on the route deviated from the norm, there's an offshoot, the offspring, who in his own independence or his own autonomy, is formulating and conceiving a world of his own. And in that part where he's like beginning to develop the lens, perception, bubble world of his own, right, he gets locked into his own ideas. They're limited because they're young, so he gets like these very elaborate pathways, routes that he wants to explore. And so there are these two routes that can exist independent of each other, but through the realm of like quantum entanglement, or in this like collective consciousness, or in this broader reality outside of the individual, where these two perceptive reality bubbles merge or coalesce, or something in there. There has to be like a harmonization or something, but like somewhere in that, like, reality is born or materialized. And so what a beautiful opportunity to consciously grab hold of creative reins to coalesce conceptions of what we want in the world. Is that a weird thing to say? And where we want to go. To be said in that people largely go for road and no meaning, or things are very much just conditioned, right? Like people just do the things that whatever because you're supposed to. But it's like there's this break, or there's this opening, or there's this window that's very brief, give or take a couple of months, where it's like all the things are aligned in such a way where we can, at this moment, should we choose, construct something and shift something in a really new and innovative way. Or we can just like default and just go back to doing things the way they've always been done because that's just with the whatever, and we can just kind of like tune off and check out. I don't recommend that. If you want new results, you have to do something different. Instead of doing the same thing over and over and over again the same way, expecting different results. Why does this one always... What is, I don't know, it's like working together towards the common goal. What is the common goal? Is there a common goal? Is that something that has been stated? Today feels like a weird day. It's fine. So if there's like a blocked vision and the blocks, like a stalemate, something creative, unifying something, right, is gonna help break out of that mold. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Alright, Cobra. There's the light in the woods through it all. I'm curious to know what that one... They're just so brave. But a shake... A snake only sheds its skin to get larger. And so being very mindful of the manifestations and the materializations, but having to cut out the things that no longer work or serve. I don't know, what do you want me to tell you? Does it feel like there's a limiting of resources, or like, it came out this way. Restructuring power imbalances, I think, is what a lot of this, like, FIFA noise is about. And that's why all these things and these uproars and all these, like, political things are happening, because it's a reset. That just kind of brings me back around, I guess, to the reset and starting things over. Interesting that in my own recovery journey, finding a shamanic teacher who initiated and guided shamanic reboots or resets or resetting or rebooting the system, the nervous system through realignment. In my own journey in response to, or most effectively in response to, say, like the hypnosis, like the undoing of the hypnotherapy. So consider what is hypnotic around you, what is hypnotizing you, light, sound, shapes, patterns, routine, environment. It's all going to dictate that. So to reset, this little girl said something about the reset this morning, but I was like, oh, interesting, because somebody else was like talking about the reset, but like the Tartarian reset, or like the it's like an economic reset, where the distribution of the currency, or I mean, like even the fluid, or like there's like redistribution of things kind of across the board, and it's safe to say holding on to old patterns and ideologies are not going to serve and are not going to work, and that there is absolutely this timing, or this theme of having to reset, almost on like a, I want to say like global universal scale, but that geomatrix scale, in like the shamanic reboot, right? When you're realigning from the nervous system, from the way I was taught, you're pulling on, like, say a limb or a leg, both. It's deeper than that. So as above, so below. From, like, the global perspective, what is the global limb or leg that needs to be pulled in order to, like, shift and align things? Like, the most minute differences, or the most minute shifts in belief systems, or just in perception, is going to make a world of difference, kind of in that, like, bubular thing, and that perceptual shift. Like, through separating and merging is going to be important. Seven Wands. This one is like courage against the odds. Try again. If I fail 9 times, if I fall 9 times, I'm gonna get back up for 10. Yeah, but how do you do that? How do I restart so many times? I had the thought the other day too, like, that it's not just like, not just starting at rock bottom, or not just hitting rock bottom, but, like, even deeper and beyond that, where, like, I've had to climb through the pits of hell out of Dante's Inferno, through this divine fucking comedy, just to reach rock bottom. Like the glass ceiling of rock bottom, like the rock bottom ceiling. And at this point of, like, mining my way through the rock bottom ceiling in this, like, weird inverse, like, going down to come up, or oh, what movie is that? Oh, there's an animation, and it's just done so beautifully. But the concept exists in other stories as well, where, like, there's the pool of water, right? You know, and you got the little guy, he's following along the guide, and, you know, and the guide, what is this one? It has to do with, like, dreams or stars or something. Or he's, like, collecting dreams. What is this? But they dive into the water, and then when they dive into the water, like, they come out in, like, some inverse world. So they, like, pop out in another, like, universe. Like the Inside Out thing. But the portal is to, like, go through the, I don't know, how does one guide people through this space when the only point of orientation is the self? And that's pretty much it. Like, you can't, you gotta figure out that internal compass, or you gotta figure out what the compass is, and then, like, in sensory deprivation, like, up is down and down is up, and, like, you can't really tell where you're at in time and space. It's a very bizarre and disorienting experience. But again, like my kiddo's fortune cookie last night. Oh, did I put it in my pocket? I did. Hang on. I think it's over in this one. both got really good fortunes last night in our fortune cookies. And a mini $100. Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood. Maybe that's why I feel like nobody understands what I'm talking about. Because I'm trying to explain something that I've lived through, that I've experienced, that many people have not. And it's not that I think they should, but I kind of do. But finding a way and wayfinding, I kind of want to offer like $50 sessions for the rest of the year. I might. We'll see. That would be cool. You can reach out to me for one-on-ones. Do I have the other one in my pocket too? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I put it in my purse. I got a bunch of sage too. If you want sage bundles, hit me up. I don't know. I feel like I'm procrastinating, but I'm waiting. Like I'm just waiting for everybody to catch up. Carved a pathway to the fringe. And it's a little lonely. Tomorrow's generosity will be repaid in unexpected ways. I'm waiting for that one. I'm gonna take this lived experience and this $100 thing, and I'm gonna put it on my little meditation altar over here with my be you, be free. Maybe it's coming to my awareness more and more that people aren't sure how to be autonomous or sovereign or like free to be themselves, because there's so much pressure towards groupthink and conformity. Yet ere we evolve into a more nuanced species, okay, where we can expand our capacities for communication and experience, low to the evolution of human consciousness, mother of wands. This is a strange deck. Into the unknown, into the unknown. Attractive and vibrant. Your vibrations will attract things to you. Oh, so then we can go back, kind of circle back into this like parasitic conversation. Where there's all these people who are like, "Oh, I'm just gonna keep my parasites." With all the research that I've done in the last year around this, I'm pretty freaking sure, and I think the energetic vibrational nature of parasites themselves exude or extend or vibrate out through the rest of your cells in your body and your being in the water through your existence, their mentality, their consciousness. And so taking on or expressing variations of parasitic consciousness because of things you're holding on to, take it literally, take it metaphorically, however you will. Somewhere in the misalignment, you have to extract what no longer serves you, or there's just like these vibrational components and vibrational elements that are just like alcohol, bringing everything down. Again, what's the function? Oh, here's this rat card again. I wasn't gonna look at it, but it's here. It's 4 cups. It's like kind of staying on top of like balancing through the emotional. Oof. I don't know how else to say that. It's emotion, selfishness, and greed. Be mindful of selfishness and greed, because that's where that extraction is. When you ascend and you are vibrating high, or you are exuding energy like a fucking fountain of energy, people are like, I need energy, and they're like, wow, look at that fountain of energy over there, I'm gonna go take a drink. And then they're just like at your fountain drinking, and you're like, whoa there, Nelly, you are not to be drinking of this water, so be careful where you lead your horses to, because you want to lead them back into themselves and into their own water, into their own power, into accessing their own energy. Energy is abundant in its natural form. It's in everything. So how you attune yourself to all the vibrations and energies around you, and then like create a frequency or harmonic essence of being, whatever you're illuminating, your personality, your perceptions into the world, your being, your essence, la 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 la. The World card and Mother of Swords. Take it from someone who's been there and who knows. You can't go through it until you feel it. Like, you gotta feel it to make the transformation, to make the change. Look at this guy. But a lot of people don't want to feel it. Those feelings hurt. That's why in this space, we transmute that, the painful part. So you're welcome. Let's see. Okay, what does the world say here? Completion, wholeness, and contentment. In this ride of Dante's Inferno, like the small world after all, like a Disneyland, where you get on the ride and, you know, go, frequent flyers pass. I've just been on this thing so many times. Am I ready? 10 swords. This is rock bottom and melodrama. And that, like, Ferdinand the Bull story coming along, too. My essence is peaceful. The biggest life lesson has been breaking the patterns of the mental states hypnotically induced through conditioned programming. That's gonna be weird to listen to when I go back through this later. How do I put it? People, there are some people out there who have learned really like to push the buttons in other people to deflect energy, reflect accountability, deflect responsibility by like bringing the vibrational elements of other people down, right? So like if you're going in as a bubble, energetic thing, and there's other bubbles around you, you can merge and coalesce and repel and however you want to do that. And so there's these bubbles who are like, ooh, look at all the energy, and they're gonna want to like siphon that and like bring you over here. And so somewhere in your consciousness you have to like repel, deflect, and like because the goal is to like everybody is supposed to elevate and evolve and heal and get better. But the sickness, the parasites, the toxins want to like destroy, like the entropy. It's just the nature of things. Life goes on. And in learning to steer the ship, channel the energy, control the chaos, navigate through the emotional turbulence, there's just been these times where people have come along and then these buttons have been pushed and then like and then in say that conflict and those conflicting moments where you can recognize your own physical power, the ability to have an impact or effect on others in the world around you through your energetic distribution, right? So taking hold of that and learning to steer and direct it in a way that's in alignment with everybody's highest good. I don't know. We're just gonna kind of like forego words. Rising above radical acceptance. La 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 la. Daughter of Cups. Emotional, romantic. We live in this matrix program right now that says emotions are bad. You can't have feelings. You must be happy. You must walk around like the robots and do the things and paint the pictures and fit the mold and go into the and be predictable so that you can, employ somebody else's agenda. Where's the Lovers again? I'm curious to know what it says in here. Where? Oh, there you are. Union, partnership, and joy. Oh, look, and there's our, like, I want to know what this one is now. Nine Pentacles. Happy, healthy home. Okay, self. Releasing anxiety. Understanding self-worth. Finding support in diplomacy. Into the wild unknown. Oh, hey. There's our, like, snaky whatever thing again. Interesting that wands in here are snakes. All of them. Free spirit and visionary. Just make shit up as I go. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just intuiting my human experience. The Hierophant. What are you here? I have a key for you. I have a key for you. Would you like it? Yes, I do, but I'm scared. Well, yeah, because when you're looking at, like, the wild unknown and kind of into the abyss, like, it's terrifying. But there's a word for that one, too. Or, like, that sensation of looking into, like, the abyss and having that, like, kind of how I feel when I'm standing on the beach looking out at the ocean, at the horizon on the ocean, like, just contemplating the depth and the size and the sheer, like, number of, like, living giant beings. What is that? What is that word? I guess just to put it out there before I close this off for the day. Are you not ready? Okay, I won't just yet. I haven't gone in, you're right, I haven't gone into this one yet. I'm gonna put the wild unknown over there. Because we're just gonna, okay, recognize, yes, we're wandering through the wild unknown. By the light of the deviant moon. It's where we get to piece together all of these things and integrate things in a new way to innovate, cultivate, consciously co-create. We're inspiring innovative, creative behavior development here. Why? Because if you learn how to be innovative, if you learn how to be creative, or just to think and learn, then, you know, your IQ boost, problems get solved. I like solutions, and we're looking for solutions, so we're gonna cut through the bullshit, right? Knock out all the band-aids so we can get right to the point. And yes, it's a delicate matter. I've been thinking about this for way too long, and I feel like I have to, like, be careful about how I say things and what I do, and, like, I just gotta get out of this land of the eggshells and get myself into this, like, creative space. All these, like, things are kind of like feeding each other. I have the creative ball that never goes away. I'm recognizing that within myself. I mean, there's never not a moment where I'm not, like, in art, self-expression, something contemplative, whatever mode. It just never stops. This never shuts up. I can't, like, I can turn the volume down, but I can't turn it off. I've tried. So here I'm trying to navigate what to do with all this energy when the volume's turned all the way up and like the floodgates are open and the information is just like there's so much of it. I don't really know what to do with it, but I can't contain it anymore. It has to go somewhere. Ancient Egyptian tarot cards. Because we're time travelers. I'm a time traveler today, and we're going to go back into a life where symbolism played a major role in how people consciously lived. Oh yeah. Queen of Coins, Knight of Coins, Five of Swords, Five of Coins, King of Coins, Justice, and a Cup. Let's tell a story. It's story time. We're resetting for a new year, taking stock of our energetic signature and attuning our energetic frequency. We're gonna fill our cup, ladies and gents. Okay? We're gonna fill our cup with emotional balance. What's that, Pisces, Scorpio? Nice, something. Or Ace. There's a loving presence in your life that's blossoming, romantic, or even platonic. Embrace this love and bask in the happiness of it. This could also represent an exciting new project which brings you love and joy. Okay. New love, new project, new fresh start, new everything, new container. If you, like I, have been doing the work in the last, 9 years to get to this point where we can just consciously create joy and creativity for the rest of our life. Great. Okay. We're going to start with joy. Love and joy. What makes you happy? If it doesn't bring you joy, if it's not bringing you love or showing you love, if it's not reciprocating that high frequency attuned whatever clear filter channel, then I'm selling an old car yesterday. This one came to mind too. The guy asked, he's like, or says, I'm surprised you haven't sold it yet. I had it up for a while. I'm thinking, well, it's attuned to alignment. Like with my clients. If they get through the bubble, they get through the veil and they can come through that shield, if they can like filter then it's, yes, it's for us. It's mutual. That bubble, that filter, that attunement around me right now is very woo, volumes all the way up. So that like, that seeding, it's, you know, it's a very fine mesh. And like gold, or like a silt, like very little gets through, right? Okay. 2 cups is right after that too, right? Well, because in something very solid and wanting to multiply and expand, create wealth, materialize, have a like home, you know, have roots, that kind of thing. Only if it's the best and in of the highest good for all, right? Don't want to expand and multiply something if it's got any parasites or toxins in it, because that's just going to mutate and multiply. And I've just been trusting that things will align and materialize when all of it is in its pure essence. Okay, anyway, so let's look at this 5 of Swords, because I feel like this is our filter, or straining, and there's like strain in the body too, to like push out stuff, like training. Oh, interesting, because we're like training goblet cells. You have cells in your body that are called goblet cells. They're like they're on the lining of the tissue or something. Their main job is to produce mucus, so that things within the body or in the cells, right, that aren't good for it, they can extract it, absorb it through the mucus, and the mucus can be expelled through the body, so you get all the stuff out. And you can train your goblet cells to produce mucus in a way where it's just always sweeping, right? So the goblet cells will sweep the body with mucus to pull out all of the things that are serving it, right? And it has multiple routes, channels, outlets where things can be expelled. So trust the process. This one. This card suggests you've regretfully engaged with conflict among your peers in order to achieve success, possibly at the expense of other people. The desire to succeed has blinded you to the emotions of other people, and now you may feel guilty for that choice. Something over there was talking about greed, too. So becoming conscious of your own patterns and programs and the functions of your behaviors. Why do you do the things that you do? What are you defining success to be? Often this goes into the land of like popularity or acceptance, or like social conformity, group acceptance, falling into same patterns. And it's like this one comes to mind, where like when you have a new baby and all of a sudden all your friends that you used to hang out with like don't ever call you ever again, because they'd rather go out and get drunk than like check in and like actually meet your kid, or like give up something of themselves in a way where they can elevate and meet you to where you're at. There's that expectation, well, where if you want to hang out with me, well, then you gotta go get drunk with me at the bar. And it's like, well, I've got responsibilities and duties and other filters and things, like that's no longer in alignment. That's not, no, right? And so there's like disconnect. But something in that and maybe I'm frustrated because I'm trying to understand this or experience it from like the doormat people pleasing side of things, where gone out of my way to make sure that other people people's emotions are okay, right? Like I find myself turning down my volume a lot in order to make other people comfortable, or you know, that walking on eggshells things, having to just stop myself from emotionally engaging with people or interacting with people, because engaging or interacting with people on an emotional level makes them uncomfortable, and then the projections come out, and then all the things, and then, you know, the button pushers, or like that's been an interesting space for me to like navigate in regards to fucking feelings. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to do what's right. I think kind of in that energetic shift, because I just felt that. I felt that energetic shift right there. So I'm going to run with that. Because that like angst and that anxiety just kind of like, whoo, fell off. Like dropped like a blanket. It was nice. And I feel more at peace now in that too. I think I just permitted something in myself there. Thank you for holding space for that. Okay, so let's look at that shift, that energy shift from this like 5 of Swords dynamic to this 5 of Coins dynamic. This is hollow. There's a hole in the middle, right? There's conflict, there's chaos, there's just division. In the realm of cultivation, right? Oh, funny, the horse is in the middle. Little horsey making yourself drink of your own fountain, right? The people around you, those 4 corners, the 4 elements, bringing things together in such a way where we can be a star, right? As above, so below. You are in a difficult situation and are unable to see the help that is in front of you. Can't see the forest for the trees or gregarious species too. This card is instructing you to look around and to not get lost in worry and anxiety. Release the anxiety. Me. So caught up and so strung up in my head. It's through anticipation, right? Trauma programming, we're healing from trauma recovery, you know, coming up through the depths of hell and breaking through this fucking rock bottom. Those are really deep roots to like pop out on the surface. Queen of Coins, Knight of Coins. Excuse me. We're moving some stuff around there, aren't we? Why is the Knight? Interesting that the knight shows up last, like in order of operations. The card represents the hard work using the energy harnessed by the Page of Coins. Okay, harness your energy. It's fucking hard work. You are productive in working towards the end goal you've dreamt of. Okay. Picture in mind. You're destined. What is your kismet? You know? Things on a universal scale are so programmed, patterned, formulaic. Like, there's so many events that have led up to your one point in perspective and being right now. It would make sense that as the dominoes fall, right, they're going somewhere. This feels like a trust fall into the unknown. Maybe we'll go back into the unknown before we close it out for the day. The Sphinx is on here. The Sphinx and the dazzling light. The Magus is there too. I just want to talk. We'll take. I wonder if the dazzling light is lover too, but unification, bringing together, integrating dark and light, shadow and whatever, wholeness, which means fully accepting and expressing and feeling in the moments whatever emotions and feelings are coming up, but directing it in a mature and responsible way. Oh, look at those. Queen of Coins, that's the one I wanted. In terms of our story, you are able to achieve a healthy and loving family life with a successful career. You work hard, but not at the expense of your loving nature. Oh. These things are coming together. They're gonna materialize. It's all gonna, it's gonna be okay. The hard work is paying off. Keep doing the work. Okay. I'm just tidying up. Yeah, I think we're pretty much there. If we pull the card of the day, maybe I'll put that somewhere else. I don't know. I'm shy. I'm weird and I have a lot of energy, so I'm just taking my time, being conscientious. Okay. I think I'm ready to go. I'm already not here. Hold on, let me call myself back. Thinking about other projects. Every time I get bored, I'm like, but you have like a billion, gazillion freaking things you can do. I'm like, yeah, but my environment's just not conducive to what I want to do. And then I'm working on painting the bathroom. Just with the colors that I have, I guess. I guess that, weird kills blue. It's going in there because I got a ton of it. Blue, throat chakra, communication. Okay. please reach out to me for private readings. Let's talk. Sorry, excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, pardon me, come through. There's the dazzling light. Where's this? The dazzling light represents the pulsing of positive energy around you that is being radiated outward. Embrace a sense of abundance and joy in your life. I'm working on it. I've always had everything I've needed whenever I've needed it. So now what do I want? And what do I want to do with it? I know exactly what I want. I just have to... Anyway, today's a weird day. Oh, there it is. The Sphinx. Luck and good fortune are on the way to you. Shows you the cyclical nature of life and that what you do for others will come back to you. So tomorrow's generosity will pay off in the long run. I think that's to say that why are you bothering to look at the generous things you've done in the past as if you're entitled to something happening right now? Versus being grateful for all the things as they are and considering how you can do something nice for somebody tomorrow, even if you're not feeling good today. One of the best medicines when you're depressed is making other people feel good, bringing smiles to other people's faces. Not at your own expense, though. Been there, done that. The little things, like holding a door open for a stranger, lighting a homeless person's cigarette, little things. Making eye contact with somebody, just like acknowledging somebody's existence. Justice is here again. Like, justice keeps popping up. You have to trust that doing the right thing pays off in the long run. I think a lot of that's talking about delayed reinforcement, too. I think when it comes to matters of, like, love and unification, to like wait or hold out for or not settle for or to trust that. Sometimes it takes a while for the things to show up. You can't force it because the timing has to be on its own, like, timing. Justice. I'll show you. Fairness and law are at play. For example, if you are awaiting a decision regarding the outcome of your actions. the dominoes falling, that, you know, like, so if you did something, I think we're like at this point in this like chain of events of dominoes falling or whatever, where it's like, if we're right here, oh, and maybe there's where that like fork happens. You know how like you push down dominoes, you can like create a domino split on like those both sides, right? So like if you come to this like junction, and things are gonna, but you kind of have to like set your conscious focus on which path you're gonna follow. Like the dominoes are gonna fall either way, you know, maybe they'll like merge again or whatever, right? But there's like a focus. So in that like inverse of dominoes falling, if like back here, this is like computer programming too, 1 zeros, if then, if this then that, kind of a sequence. If back here you did good, for lack of a better word, right, and as you get to this like junction, you have I guess just the option, maybe, or something. Maybe like that flow keeps going, I'm not sure. But if like what you did back here was bad, again for lack of a better word, right, as that those dominoes fall, and those chain of events like line up, like somewhere along that line, that that's gonna catch up with you, like that frequency or that thing is gonna catch up with you, and then like the payoff is gonna like direct you. Even though you want to go this way, it's gonna move, like, I don't know. That's where it's different for everybody, and everybody, like, in the realm of, like, consciousness has the ability to make a choice. I don't know, there's, like, a resonance or, like, an elevation or something here where, if you know, you know, like you'll just, you get it, you pass go. But if you don't quite get what I'm saying, or if you don't understand what I'm trying to get at, then your like your frequency is down here, and we're up here. So in order to like get it right, like there's energetic work that needs to be done. So you can be like, oh, right? The experience. You have to experience, like, live the experiences to have the aha. Right? Like, because I can tell you all day long, but until you actually go through the thing, you feel it, and on the, like, the biomatrix level, like, can feel and integrate it. What do I mean by integrating? Not suppressing something, taking an experience that you've lived through and integrating the lessons from that experience into your life. I don't know, I think of somebody like got their legs chopped off and now they're in a wheelchair, right? You can be in denial, or you can not integrate that identity, and then, you know, live out a very miserable experience of depression and all, you know, you could imagine what it would be like, a really bad, you know, love's gone. If you heal, you can integrate that experience of, you know, well, now this is my new identity, now I can adapt, now I can use these wheels and these tools in a new way to navigate the world to still get me from point A to point B, but having gone through that experience, oh, I get it. There's a life lesson in there for you. Are we done yet? No? We're gonna go back into the unknown? to the Son of Pentacles, and what? There's the Mother of Wands again. There's the Daughter of Cups again. The things that we know. Okay. So if you want a key, some advice, some words of wisdom as we kind of push on here. Let's look at our Son of Pentacles first. Young book. Loyal and determined. So this is if you're gonna set on the path and you're gonna like go down this road and do this journey and like integrate your shadows and like commit to consciously creating a life that you're proud of, so that, you know, when you get to the finish line, you can be like, yes, I showed up and I did what I needed to do in this lifetime. Yes, I learned what I needed to learn in this lifetime. You gotta be committed. You gotta stick with it. And you gotta trust the process and just know that once you start, there's no going back. Right? That loyalty part is really important. That truth, integrity, right? So if you're not honest with yourself and you're not loyal or you're not true or you're lying, deceiving, manipulating others, or not living in your truth, right? There's gonna be problems for you, for you, your relationships. There's the anxieties and worries. If there's that dedication and that alignment, then there's nothing to worry about. Let's look at this mountain thing, and then we can look at where you're maybe unaligned, and then be done for today. If you have more, reach out. We can do one-on-ones. We can do remote stuff. We can have conversations. We can whatever. There's lots of ways that we can do this work. Everybody's at a different point in time on their journey, in a different place, and is needing and wanting different tools and whatever. And they all have different resources and whatever, so we can get to the conversation of energy exchange. If you can break through that like rock bottom and like show up. Is that one Wands? No, your pentacles, your 3 pentacles. So the mountain, right? We're trying to climb the mountain towards self-actualization or reaching the highest points to get off the floor to be at our peak, right? Instead of rock bottom. Ooh. Both of them are about determination. This is about loyalty. And this one's about teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. So this is like being loyal to yourself, being loyal to the community, being loyal to the collective, recognizing that we are a gregarious species, and as much as we want to be like independent and alone and on our own and like, I want to be the leader and like the king of the fucking crab bucket, like, or do that stupid king of the mountain bullshit. Again, like part of that consciousness is just being very mindful and aware of how your actions impact others, impact the emotions of others, and then somewhere in that realm of like emotional exchange and action, taking accountability for recognizing things, or like having harmony and balance in those dynamics, because we don't exist in a vacuum, right? I need to like go ground out in nature and soak in some sunshine and like process in my music land, whatever. I missed out on that before getting into this space. I can feel it. Maybe you can kind of sense it too. It like skip a step in meditation and something. Let's say a challenge was directed at me. And it's one of those like lessons in lived experience. How do I put it? Sitting in discomfort. I wanted to do this. I have a very routine way of doing things in order to get myself into like the appropriate mindset, the headset, right, to like show up. And then a challenge was put in my path where and I'm still sitting in the discomfort of it too. I'll just voice it, just because I gotta like, it's bugging me. So like the dog wants to go for a walk. The dog and I go for a walk in the morning. I put on my headphones. We've got our pathway. There's like the dirt. There's the sun. There's the smells. Like it's a very I'm a loner. I'm such a fucking hermit. Like it's such a like meditative space for me. It can ground. It can ground in this space and connect. I love it. Right? It's my me time. I don't get much of that these days. And then I asked, I was like, well, can I bring the puppy? And then she's like, well, let me get my shoes on. And then she had to come with me on the walk. And the pace was different. And like, I've got my route. My routine. My route to predictably get me to the space. And it did. But this time, I'm carrying with me this, I can't probably put it. Because again, it could be the function. And I'm using it to fuel me right now, like energetically, like it's giving me energy. It's fueling me, but it's like it's a discontent energy. It's an energy that I feel I need to go alchemize and need to like just go like make something and just like process it. Great. Fuel. The other side of it is like the energy drain, where like, you know, I use this opportunity to fill my cup and to like balance my energetic cup. And here's this thing that comes in, it's just like draining out that energy. And just look. I've gotten good at this practice where in those situations where like somebody's like tapped in and like siphoning so they can like fill their own, right? I'm getting pretty good at like, okay, like just, you know, tapping in and allowing it to like just level out, and it's fine. It's just an interesting thing to notice, right? Because now I gotta like kind of like patch up the hole so it doesn't keep leaking. That's what this is. The talking about it, the acknowledging it, right? It's like patching up the hole because I can feel it leaking. Okay. There's dedication and determination to get this done on an individual level and on a collective level. Here's the shadow of the mountain, maybe, ooh, and kind of like the thing holding up the man. But what's needing to like bring all of this together is the strength, right? And this unification. We just gotta like pull up the bootstraps and then like truck through it and buckle through it, but know that you're not alone. Even if you feel like you are. I had to do it alone for a long time. And somewhere in there, I've been determined to just be there with people so they don't have to be alone. Because I just really wish that there's that wish thing. It would have been nice in many of those dark, hellish places to just have somebody there and to have somebody recognize and see. To create safety, to create safe space, but it was never there. So I've had to like learn to create safe space and to make myself safe space and to like make this like bubble safe. Right? It's why I'm just so like adamant about keeping that boundary there, because it's a safety net for that free fall. Oof. The other side of that one though is part of the experience is having to go through it alone. Because like I can like jump in the water and I can show you that like we're gonna go through the portal, we're gonna pop out on the other side, and that's where we're gonna go pick the dreams. But you gotta like jump in and just follow along. Like I can't do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. You guys are like real tied up with this angst, pain, blood, social constructs, keeping up with the Joneses. You are in a state of heartbreak and pain. This card is urging you to take pause and process the feelings, and then acknowledge these feelings. You can move on emotionally. That's what we're talking about, right? Calling out the pain. That happened, right? Acknowledging it, naming it, so we can move through it. Feeling it, so we can move through it. If you have a hard time feeling things, I can help you to feel the things, right? To process the things. Alchemize the things. I'm so good up right now. I'm taking it all right now, and it's all gonna go into creative space. You know that. That's why you show up here, consciously or not. Right? That's why you show up here. We're doing this work collectively together, right? Like we're bound and determined. Like this is the space, and then you show up here, so that we can like. Everybody's their shadows behind the little mountain here. So let's look at their shadow, because there's a bunch of broken cups. right. This is telling you to walk away from an unfulfilling situation or relationship in your life. It is better to move on rather than attempt to fix something that does not serve you. It's just a matter of extraction and not having to fight things, right? Like with parrot, you just get them out of your body and you feel better. You just extract it. If it's an environment that you're in or some sort of situation, job maybe, take yourself out and put yourself in a new environment. You want to change your behavior, change your environment. If you're caught in these like pattern loops or these behavior loops, or you're having a hard time like getting out of things, just change your environment. Change the paint color, change the location, change the roommates, change the lighting, change the feng shui. You can interpret that however you want. There's a lot of different ways you can change your environment. You know, get on a train, get on a plane, I don't know. This one isn't for everybody either. This is like the ones that are really, really stuck. That are like, what are you talking about, Kelsey? You know, they're the ones who are like, okay, we're doing things, and you know, you're like in step. That's great. I'm not talking to you at the moment. These ones, oh no, I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh no, that's what it was. Because it's come through before. Some people have listened, or some people have taken the steps or whatever to like remove the object or extract the object, but it's like there's something in your home, or there's a thing around you or something on that like subconscious programming level, right, where you walk by it a million quadrillion fucking times, you don't even realize it's there anymore, you know. But there's like that one thing associated with that one person or that like something, right, where it like carries that like energetic signature that just kind of brings everything down a bit. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm hungry. My tummy's growling at me. Justice is there again. This is interesting going into a new year like this, where whoa. We're just taking an opportunity. I tried to be serious. I'm just a fucking joke and a shit show over here. You know what? I'm just so over things as they are. I'm just like so bored and fed up with so many things on so many levels. Where it's like, I feel the breakthrough coming. I'm just stretching and I'm tired. And I'm waiting and I'm being patient. Okay, I know. We're gonna close it off with art oracles. I'm gonna pick one of our creative and life inspiration from great artists. We're gonna pick one as our card for the day. And then I'm just gonna play with it and kind of explore it in some interesting ways, at least interesting for me. Okay. It's all coming together. We're doing the work. It's a fresh start. It's a new beginning. Stop taking it all so fucking seriously, but like, have integrity and play, but play with intent. Play like in a way that makes everybody feel good. It sucks when people are like playing a game or like playing a team sport, and then there's like, you know, the one asshole's gotta be team captain who's gotta pick on like, you know, the one guy over there. Okay, let's get really grounded. This is gonna be our last card. I'm excited to be in this space. I got like all this energy and all this information that I want to like, what? But I can't get it all out at once. So, we'll take it. On this note, as we wrap up this one, as you get to witness variations of my life kind of coagulating and coalescing into this like integrative, interesting thing. I don't know exactly what it is yet. I'm waiting for a yes or a no. It's going to be a couple of weeks. And then I'll know, you know. But until then, I just think this is funny first, before like going in. When I was doing my undergrad research, my research is the neurological implications of aesthetics and consciousness. So look at how the brain responds to artwork, right? And how that it impacts our consciousness. And in this experiment that I came up with, I ran all these different artists, art styles, genres, or whatever, and ran them through this program to get information and feedback on how the brain interprets it, right? The action potential that is created within the brain, right? So the amount of like information, does this picture light your brain up and activate the neural channels, or does it not? My work and this guy's work got the highest action potentials elicited out of this. They're surrealists, the surrealism, and it's interesting to see that. So when we're talking about our card of the day, Salvador Dali, this guy, never make an appearance without controversy. It happens. Tap the unconscious and pray it isn't boring. I'm not bored right now. So maybe it is for you. You're like, what the fuck are you doing? Entertaining myself. Resetting my expectations so I can intuit the human experience. Being Dali is inspiration enough. I think I finally have just hit this point where it's like, you know what? I'm done turning down the volume. Like, the volume's been down for so long. Like, live out loud. I'm pretty sure I feel safe enough to do that now. You know, and in this like weird hindsight place, you know, you don't need to have the safety to do that. I never had it before. That was never an issue before. But then all of a sudden, like, in this self-awareness, in this, like, hyper self-aware space, and, like, tracking your own transformations and shifts in consciousness, like, the self-conscious and self-awareness thing is intense. I don't know. I just don't give a fuck. I got too many eggshells, like, jamming me in my feet. My feet fucking hurt. I'm over it. And, I don't know. I'm ready just to, like, put on my fucking running shoes and, like, sprint through this fucking shit. Because people are so soft. You fucking emotional creatures who don't know that you're emotional creatures. Live to serve to solve. Invent the words by which to live your life. Great heights are best seen from your lowest point. He's holding up the world. He's holding up the geomatrix. When you're at the bottom, you don't know what the bottom really looks like. You just know what's like right in front of you. When you're at the top, you don't really know what the top looks like. You just know what's right in front of you. But when you're at the top, and you've been down at the bottom, and you can, and then you've been down at the bottom, and you get at the top, and you're like, oh. And you can get that, like, perspective from both places. Then we get to, like, transform through this portal. Let's pick one card and then more of them pop out. This happens every time. Septic, heal thyself. Your consciousness heals you. Your brain. We have in our DNA and the code and the light bodies, and that's what all this is about. How to heal yourself, right? How to recover yourself. How to get through your own, Discipline. There's that word again, right? Determination fits that. Discipline is both a noun and a verb, right? It is a thing in and of itself, and it is an action. Something to embody and something to do. Okay, you can be. When a stranger stares into your soul, do not press charges, stare back, right? What's like the function, the conflict? You just trying to start fights with somebody? What you looking at? Or are you actually making eye contact? Are you seeing somebody? I'll tell you, when you really see somebody, you really lock in, and like those in all the and everything is just known, and that like psychic, like conscious lock-in happens. You get that like pure expressive, right? Where there's like, I come in peace. If you don't come in peace, people are gonna sense that. They're gonna like, wow. You come in peace, people sense that. And it feels weird. Don't hide your dirty sheets in the washer. Wash them and then put them in the dryer. Look at this card. Concentrate on finding, not losing yourself in your art. Note to self. I already feel fucking lost on this planet. Like, came in and was like, who am I? Where am I? Where am I going? Where am I at? What the fuck is this getting me on this planet? You know, and then people are like, go there, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Oh, and then people are like siphoning energy and plugging this, and it was just like, wow, it's been this journey. like squeeze out and get rid of all the things and all the noise and all the whatever, you know. So it's just like, okay, that's me. Found myself through the alchemizing and the creative process. We're not escaping. Right? Like, getting off this planet is translated into, well, I'm not going down that road, I'm not going down that road, I'm not going down that road, and I'm not going down that road. But I kind of see something over there through the trees, so I'm going to carve my own path. And I'm going to go over there, because something over there is calling me. Calling my name, I hear it. And I'm going to go get it. Decay can be a fertilizer for new ideas. If it takes shit to make bliss, I feel pretty blissfully, because I tell you what, come up from like the deepest fucking depths of hell. All this. So, that like depth and I don't like, but like dark, scary stuff that people are like, oh my god, it's so dark, I can't, like, it's my fertilizer, baby. Deep, dark, rich, smelling, nutritious fertilizer. I worked long and hard on this one, right? This is no store-bought fertilizer. Oh, no. This is many, many seasons and many, many layers. Very conscious additions to create a very fine substrate from which to grow from. I'm tired. Hint, I'm ready to make it rain. Make it rain. So we can, like, sprout some flowers. New ideas. We're talking innovation and creativity. Innovative creative behavior development. We've been fucking doing that since Art. Business person's artisan renaissance trend formed it fucking 15 years ago. Bad truth makes good fantasy. Is this bad truth? To be prolific, be versatile. Art is the methadone of the masses. Oh, there she is again. If committed, stay committed. Posthumous recognition requires a paper trail. That, like, domino thing. Use the daylight to face the night. The darkness is going to come, and when it does, use daylight. Use your tools. That's kind of like the other way around too, right? So like if everything's just so light and bright and cheery all the time, and everything is just so good and hunky-dory, and everything's always gonna be the same, and you need to make some changes in your life, take a look at your shadow. Take a look at the night. And be like, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to stay in the daytime. I want to sleep through the night. You're missing out on some dark fertilizer. In this exploration of self-mastery, I'm trying to, like, carve out my own path, right? Well, I've just recognized, like, I don't fit there, and I don't fit there. I'm an artist, but in the realm of artists, I'm also a scientist. I don't fit it. And I'm a scientist. In the realm of the scientist, I'm also an artist. No, I don't get it. And in that, like, juxtaposition, I've had to confront my own mortality. Where do I belong? Postponed death, preserved in formaldehyde, encrusted in diamonds. Talk to your local pharmacist. I can figure it out, right? What time is it? Time to close? It's been 2 hours. Let's shut it down. Anything else? Find the facts in the feeling. Right? Feelings aren't for nothing. Nature does not sit still. The sun is moving. It's calling me outside. The sun will rise whether or not you are there to watch it. Okay, bye. Reach out. Stuff. Things. You know.